Hi everyone, Andrea Davis here with LuLaRoe. I'm going to take these off for a second until I actually need to read something. So I wanted to take a minute to tell you a little bit about me and basically tell you what the heck am I doing with this video channel and why I love LuLaRoe and how I stumbled upon it. Just so you know, I am the wife of a retired military officer, and we've lived all over the world. And I've been in sales in one form or another in my whole life. I even count teaching English in South Korea as sales because, you know, as teachers, you're on and you've got to sell it to your students and keep them interested and engaged. But I've done everything from Tupperware in my early 20s when I had my first two sons. By the way, I have four children, most of which are pretty much grown now. But I did Tupperware in my early 20s when I was expecting son number two, and my first one was a toddler, and I was wildly successful at it actually, and really enjoyed it and learned a lot about direct selling. And kind of every time we moved, I would start a new business venture, and eventually actually fell into becoming an artist and a fine artist, and marketing and selling my work to the Omni Hotel in Dallas, for example. They have 50 of my paintings. The city of Plano has a sculpture of mine. And so I also published fine art in Dallas and represented local artists for a while, and went through a devastating house fire 3 years ago, and pretty much lost the publishing business with that and my art studio, and just basically started to rebuild, and was going on my merry little way and ready to start a new art venture, something that was really kind of unheard of in the Dallas area and I thought would really be successful, when LuLaRoe came along and hit me on the head in December. So yeah, we're talking 7 months ago, came along. I am a woman of a certain size and a certain age, and I'm the type where if I find something that I love, that I think makes me look good, feel good, I will go back and buy it in every color they make, because especially tops, you know, especially clothes, because it makes me feel good. So I stumbled upon LuLaRoe in an online party, and ordered a perfect tee and a pair of leggings, and when they came in, I had already started doing research on this company that I really had heard very little bit about, and found some things that I found quite intriguing. Number one, they're only 3 years old. They just turned 3 years old. Number two, I think their business model is brilliant. It's kind of similar to the other direct sales where it's a party model, but rather than have catalog shopping, people buy what they love. I see my cat Daphne back there playing. She is such an attention hog. Oh, kind of like her owner. Anyway, I think their business model is really smart, where they do limited edition prints. I love that, because the person next door to me could be selling LuLaRoe and would have entirely different inventory than I do, because our prints are made in less than 5,000 items, and that's across all the different sizes and styles that they carry. So I may never ever see a print, because we have 23,000 consultants. So those things are going to go all across the country, and so I love that. I think that's brilliant. There's room for everybody. The other thing that I found pretty impressive about this company is the fact that there are so few consultants, considering the size of the United States. Shoot, I have way more than 23,000 people in my city alone, and most of them have never heard of LuLaRoe. So there's tons of room for growth. So the business person in me saw that there was serious money making potential. I mean, the way I looked at it is can you imagine being like, you know, Mary Kay, that's a household name, being in Mary Kay, or well, any of these businesses in their first couple of years, where you would be 10 years from now. To me, it was a brilliant plan. And yes, it's not cheap to get in. It's not like most of these direct sales businesses where you can get in for $200 or less. It is comparably pricey because you buy your inventory up front. But what I liked about it is, number one, not everybody and her sister will join. Because the initial price point is, you know, between $5,000 and $6,000 to get in. But the other thing I like about that is the fact that we buy wholesale and we sell retail. So there's no middleman. Like with Tupperware, we had a distributor. So as a Tupperware person, I would purchase my my items to give to my customers from the distributor who purchased it from Tupperware. So the markup for me was about 30%, and then you have to subtract all of your hostess gifts and your your expenses, that sort of thing, from that 30%. Whereas in LuLaRoe, we purchase directly from the manufacturer, so we have a much nicer margin to start with. The other thing I liked about LuLaRoe before I jumped in is the price point. The clothes are really well made. Most of them were made in the U.S. We've grown so much that that's not entirely true anymore, but they do screen the factories and pay their workers a living wage and in good conditions. But what impressed me, though, the price point. The clothes are affordable. They're not crazy expensive. The more expensive items are, you can look in the marketplace and see that, like, for example, our Sarah cardigan, the long cardigans, those are $100, $150 or more in regular retail stores. And you might be lucky and find something that is marked down, but ours are $70, and they're made exceptionally well. So I jumped into LuLaRoe. I'm surprised myself. I'm an artist. I was never ever going to do this kind of thing again. And for me, it started out as purely a money-making opportunity for my family. I have goals. I have a kiddo who wants to go to medical school. We're getting to the age where we have to start thinking about retirement. And so that was my initial thing, was like, woohoo, get on this bandwagon and jump on this rising company and make money while the getting's good. I didn't want to drink the Kool-Aid. I said that to my husband. I am not going to drink the Kool-Aid and go, rah, rah, LuLaRoe, it's my life, and you got to join it too. That was totally not going to be my focus. But here's what happened. I started meeting women. I started getting these customers that I made these relationships with, and I have this online VIP private shopping page on Facebook. If you're curious, Andrea Davis LuLaRoe VIPs, and I started really getting to know these women and their issues, their body confidence issues. Oh my gosh, this is probably not a big shocker to anybody, but women have huge body confidence issues, and I started really trying to advise them and seeing how differently I felt wearing the clothes and learning how to style them and trying to be cute again at age 50. Okay, so I'm not 50 yet. I turned 50 in December, but I'd kind of given up and started wearing mom clothes, stretchy yoga pants and baggy t-shirts that covered my butt, and sneakers pretty much all the time. That was my uniform. Also a homeschooling mom, and that's runs rampant in the homeschooling world too. Comfort is king. And, the clothes made me start wanting to dress up more and to look cute more and to pull out those sassy shoes that I hadn't worn in a while. And my husband noticed a big difference in me, and I have noticed a big difference in my customers. These women, I love them. They post pictures of themselves in their LuLaRoe in our VIP group, in a very safe and comfortable environment. Where we all support one another. And I found that to be true with this company too. It is pretty much a sisterhood. Now, not to say that men don't sell LuLaRoe, because they totally do. And a lot of times I see this woman will start the business and it'll just take off, and the husband will join her, and then it becomes a couple thing. It becomes a team thing. But and so I'm not saying it's not for men, because it certainly can be, but overwhelmingly it is women who are mothers, daughters, getting into this business to try and provide a new way of life for their families. And what I have seen with this company has kind of boggled my mind. I just came back from convention this weekend and have met people who have truly changed their families' financial circumstances immeasurably in short amount of time. So I'm pretty darn impressed with this company, and I wanted to share that with you. And I think that's all I'm going to say for now. So what turned out to be a financial thing for me and a woohoo, let's see if this will work, has turned into really, holy cow. The one thing I want to share, actually, I was going to end it, but I forgot. I actually got on here because my upline shared this with me, this letter, and I'm going to make it really short. But this company, LuLaRoe, has been in business for less than 4 years, and it's going to become what we call a unicorn company. I don't think I've ever heard of that before, but basically it's almost $1 billion company already. What's beautiful about that is we have about 20, I don't know if it's 23 or 25,000 consultants nationwide. It's so far from being saturated, it's not even funny. But they paid out, this is what blew my mind, is they paid out over $8 million of bonus checks this month with that number of consultants. Now, we're not talking about personal profit made from sales, because listen, you don't have to build a team in this company in order to make decent money. That was one of my requirements, one of the litmus tests this company had to pass for me, is if I didn't ever want to build a team, because that's what I did in Tupperware, and it took over my life at that time, because no internet, everything was by phone call. So I spent a lot of time on the phone with my team. But you can make great money just in straight up selling and doing nothing else, which is what my original intention was. But these people are making a lot of money, enough to really change their lives and their circumstances. And I was kind of impressed by that. I'm still impressed by that. And so I really feel like if you're someone who, like me, was looking for a way to change your life financially, really financially, there's lots of other reasons to do LuLaRoe, obviously, for the sisterhood, and being able to meet goals, and just, darn it, have these adorable clothes at a great discount. I mean, there's lots of reasons, but if you're somebody who is looking for a way to change your family's circumstances, I really think this is it. I really do. And this is not hardcore sales pitch. I've been in it exactly 6 months myself. But as a woman who's been around the block, who's been in sales for a long time, I know a winner when I see it. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with that really has made an impression on me about this company is the fact that this company is 100% debt free. The family who runs this company was in a very successful direct sales company that apparently went belly up, owed people lots and lots of bonus checks and money. And the Stidham family, when they started LuLaRoe, they took their experiences at being intimately involved in this other company, and they translated it to this one. And so all this crazy growth, I have Daphne trying to get on my lap because she's like, you're talking, you must be talking to me. They learned from their experiences, and it's all 100% debt free. So this growth is not coming at a price. I think it's sustainable. I think this growth is completely sustainable because there is no debt. So I think the company is being really smartly run and is going to be around. And the fact that we have these amazing designer, Patrick, gosh, I just lost his last name. Sorry, everybody. We got him from another reputable company. He's an amazing designer, and leads a terrific, really crackerjack team. Oh my gosh, I just aged myself right there by saying crackerjack. But anyway, we're constantly releasing new styles. We just got several more at our convention. So I don't think it's a flash in the pan. I really don't. So if you want to know more, I'm not going to give tons of details here on a video, but if you want to know more, talk to me, hit me up. You can email me, Andrea or lularoeandreadavis at gmail.com. You can follow my link here in my profile and talk to me. I'll lay it out for you. I'll tell you the real deal. So I'm sorry, I know this is kind of long. My son told me YouTube videos have to be under 4 minutes, but hopefully you'll watch it anyway. See you soon.